Hey everyone. Hey, check this out. I want to talk to you a little bit before you do this Toolman model preliminary outline because I think people are making it a whole lot harder than it needs to be. So think about what you know about the Toolman model. First, your argument needs to have a claim. That's the thesis of the argument. So I want you to think about something else before you get too strung out with that. This particular essay is a problem solution kind of essay. Thus, the claim will be linked to whatever you perceive the problem to be and what your potential solution is. Also keep in mind, this is a preliminary outline. It may not necessarily be the order in which you present the information in the actual essay. The idea this week is for you to clarify your own thinking, not to have a ready-made paper, and by all means not to go find somebody else's paper and just outline that as a possible argument. We don't want that. That's not going to be helpful. It's not going to produce your best thinking. So, what's the problem? What's your potential solution? There's your claim. Now, with the grounds, that second part of the Toolman argument, we actually need two things. We need proof, proof of the problem. I cannot type tonight, sorry. So we need proof of the problem, and we need support for your solution. Now, underneath that, you'll have multiple grounds. It won't be just one grounds. It will be what kind of evidence do you see that you can stack up to prove there is a problem, and what kind of reasoning can you provide to defend your solution. Okay, so one thing I'm going to do right here is add that in. So multiple things you'll need to think about. Like, okay, how am I going to prove there's a problem? How am I going to defend the solution that I have in mind? That's the grounds, the evidence, the reasoning. Now I'm coming here to number 3 because I didn't require that you have all of the components of the Toolman argument, but I did ask you to have some kind of statement of your warrant. And so those are the values that you hold that cause you to think the solution can be linked to the problem, that cause you to think that this problem even matters. Again, you might not state those values explicitly in your essay. I just want you to think about what those abstract values or abstract assumptions are at this stage while you're thinking through your argument. Well, the other thing that I asked you to put in was rebuttal, opposing arguments, and quite frankly, 2 of these are enough, but they should be pretty solid arguments wherein you anticipate what is someone who's going to argue with you likely to say. And so you present those, and then your rebuttal, or in other words, your answer to the opposition. So, all right, you acknowledge those positions, and why is your solution better than theirs? Okay, so I want to say another thing. You don't have to have your research documented on this outline. That's not what I'm asking you to do. And by all means, please don't go to somebody else's essay and just outline their essay. That robs you of your voice and robs you of the thought process. And in a week, when you turn in the paper, your paper is going to be so darn boring that you won't even want to write it, let alone present it as somebody else wanting to read it. What's going to make this interesting is your own vibrant, intelligent thought. In order to get to your own vibrant, intelligent thought, you need to do a little bit of preliminary thinking, pulling things, ideas out of your own brain. And if this outline changes, so be it. But right now, just make it a planning document as you then move on into the research. Okay, thanks for listening.